I'm trying to dial you back and remind you that
So my duty counsel here, you're unwilling to listen to what I'm saying. The fact is that you keep going back to whatever. I am saying that I will sign a peace bond as long as Jason Elliott's required to sign one too, because every breach, every issue had Jason Elliott standing in front of my house where I was breached. Now, how can I guarantee this? And you're refusing to deal with that. You're not listening to my evidence. You're not listening to anything. All you're doing is offering a peace bond. Now, you're saying that March 4th, I have a warrant out for my arrest on March 4th.
Mr. Elliott's not the one being charged, and his trial date's not today. So why would you ask for a peace bond when he's not the one with any?
Because he's the one that started with this, as backed up by all my evidence, the film evidence. I have people that are witnessing. Kim Cote, my neighbor, even sits here and says that he's gone out of his way to harass me, threaten me, and stalk me. So how can I guarantee that this won't happen again after I sign a peace bond? A peace bond that the Crown's making me sign, which is a compliance of my guilt. That I'm the one that's starting all this. And Jason Elliott, the guy that started all this, gets to walk away. Is that justice?
Can I clarify? It's a common law peace bond. You're not being asked to acknowledge any facts. So there's no quote unquote admission of guilt you're making here. What you're actually doing is you're having essentially this negotiation between yourself and then the Crown. And when you enter a peace bond before the judge today, you're not, none of the facts are going to be read out. It's not going to be acknowledged by
So how do I guarantee that he doesn't start this everything all over again? He starts hanging out my house. I got hours of footage of him standing outside my door with a breach and sitting there filming me saying, I'm going to breach you. How can that guarantee that's not going to happen again?
Mr. Hort, I'm not here to make any guarantees. And besides, I'm not the one who is living in this neighborhood. I don't know your relationship with all of these people, okay? All I'm trying to tell you is that the business that you're...
We go on for trial, because if they're not willing to listen to me and they're willing to let Jason Elliott keep doing his whatever, I'm willing to roll my dice and go to trial, because this isn't right. Everything that they've done isn't right.
You're not, well, I mean, you're going to different places here, but I'm trying to...
The whole case is under this breach and under this charge of Jason Elliott that made numerous complaints stating that he's threatened, he's scared of me, and he put a restraining order on me, which is a falsified order. Now you're telling me that the Crown wants to drop all charges as long as I agree to a peace bond. When I didn't start this issue, Jason Elliott started this issue, and I have plenty of evidence to back that up. Witnesses and everything else. Even the police own report in here states that I video and record everything.
Mr. Ward, okay.
Even Mr. Elliott's own statement says he puts him at my entrance.
Let's dial you back a little bit, okay? What you just mentioned was a civil matter between you and Mr. Elliott.
Which turned into a criminal matter the minute he breached me falsely. Now, if and only if you're saying I have a March 4th charge, which is a breach, which is a direct connection to this.
It's not in front of us. It's not here.
Doesn't matter. It's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. This main today is the charge with Jason Elliott and the breach and the restraining order that he had me turned over and breached 3 times. So therefore, the civil matter became a criminal matter. Therefore, they has to follow the same rules. Now, how can I be guaranteed that he will not start out stalking me and doing this all over again?
To clarify, it's a civil matter that can carry criminal consequences.
And it did. Why were we here?
Well, you're here because you've got these fresh charges, not like brand new, but you've been...
And those charges are being withdrawn too, because the Crown has no case on any of them. And we all know this, because we wouldn't be having this conversation if the Crown had a case. If we were having this conversation right now, the only conversation, if they had a case, they would be coming here to make me plead. So...
They don't make you plead or anything. If you're going to plead, then you...
I'm not pleading nothing. I'm innocent. My evidence, as you can see, people, my evidence is crystal clear. This is supposed to be justice, but it is only turning out to be white justice. You hear it for your own words. They want me to sign a peace bond when this individual started the stalking, the threats on me, and you all see it on my YouTube page. Restraining order 1, 2, and 3. Is this fair? Is this justice?
Mr. Horgan.